Welcome back to World Coins Vault, where British history, rare coins, and fascinating discoveries come together. If you enjoy uncovering the stories behind remarkable coins, you're in exactly the right place. Before we reveal what makes this little British penny so extraordinary, subscribe to World Coins Vault and turn on notifications. More fascinating coins and hidden pieces of history are coming your way. Now, take a close look at this coin. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary old British penny. But look carefully at the date. 1933. That small date is what makes this coin one of the most famous and mysterious pennies in British numismatic history. This is a 1933 British one penny from the reign of King George V. On the obverse, we can see the left-facing portrait of King George V, surrounded by the Latin inscription, GEORGIVS V. Turn the coin over, and you'll see the famous figure of Britannia, seated with her shield and trident. Around her is the denomination 1 penny, with the date 1933 clearly shown at the bottom. But here is where this coin's story becomes truly remarkable. In 1933, Britain already had a very large supply of pennies in the banks, so there was no need to produce new pennies for general circulation. However, there was an old tradition of placing complete sets of current year coins beneath the foundation stones of new buildings. Because of this tradition, a very small number of 1933 pennies were struck, with some used for foundation stone sets and others kept as record pieces by museums. The exact number was never properly recorded, but the Royal Mint Museum says it is thought that no more than 6 or 7 1933 pennies were struck. Think about that for a moment. A coin from 1933, with perhaps only a handful ever produced. That is why the 1933 penny is regarded as one of Britain's great coin rarities. And there is another fascinating detail. The 1933 penny was made to the normal circulating specification. So, for generations, collectors wondered whether a genuine example could somehow turn up in ordinary pocket change. That possibility created a huge fascination around the coin, and people spent years checking their pennies hoping to discover the famous 1933 date. Now let's look at its physical specifications. This penny measures approximately 30.86 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 9.45 grams. It is made from bronze, rather than silver, and has a plain edge. The design belongs to the classic George V British penny series, with the portrait of King George V on the obverse and Britannia on the reverse. But there is one very important point for collectors. A photograph alone cannot prove that a particular 1933 penny is genuine. Because this is such a famous and valuable rarity, replicas and imitations exist. Authenticity requires proper examination, including the coin's weight, diameter, metal, details, condition, and provenance. So, if you ever come across a penny dated 1933, don't simply assume it is an ordinary old coin. Stop, look closely, check the date. Because that tiny number, 1933, could represent one of the most remarkable rarities in British penny collecting. And that is exactly what makes old coins so fascinating. Sometimes, the smallest detail can tell the biggest story. If you enjoyed this journey into British coin history, subscribe to World Coins Vault, leave a comment with your thoughts, and stay with us for more rare, historic, and fascinating coins from Britain and around the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next discovery.